And what you've got to understand is you can spend the next 20 years painfully searching, or you can spend the next 20 years surrendering to each moment and allowing every experience to come in and see the equanimity of the experience for what it is. Every experience you've got in your life right now is not one or the other. Like, it's not bad. You being 32 and not knowing what you want, it's not bad. It's good and bad. Come on, Brisbane! Yeah! So you're asking, what is a question? What is something you could do every day that could make you better?
Specifically do it like psychological, like...
Well, see, psychology is nothing more than a framework in your mind of, psychology is a construct which is made up of stories, which produce beliefs, which produce values, which produce an identity in how you see yourself. And fundamentally, if you're wanting to shift any level of your psychology, you've got to start inputting different commands and different suggestions. Like you would on a computer. If you want a computer to behave a certain way, you program it with the information that you want for the opposite operating system to respond. So your brain's the operating system, and everything you suggest to yourself is a command. And the best thing that you can do to improve the performance of the operating system,
I should say performance.
Is to become conscious of the commands that you're inputting. Most people just think unconsciously, and most of those thoughts that they think unconsciously aren't even theirs. They're conversations that they were told when they were younger, or given to, or things that were said or suggested to them when they were younger, or by an authority figure. Now, when you can sit down every day and define the suggestions that you want to give yourself, like literally sit down and write, I am a master of persuasion, I'm a master of sales. I have an understanding of the psychological and metaphysical process of change, not just in understanding and application, transformation myself, but also as understanding transformation and application with others. Like when you start putting those kind of suggestions into your brain and you do it over and over and over and over and over, the brain literally bioorganically starts to shape itself to respond to produce the behaviors that you're inputting. And you become a master of persuasion, you become a master of transformation, you become a master of communication. You just keep inputting the commands.
I'm getting emotional.
People cry all the time, don't worry.
So, I look young, but I'm 32.
Okay.
And I have nothing in my life at the moment. I don't have a business here in Australia. It's almost 6 years now. And I'm still struggling for getting the residency.
Yep.
I want to try to understand what I'm good at, what I can do, what will be my business, what I can give to the other people.
Okay. So I think what you're looking for is like a magic wand for me to touch you and say...
No, I know.
But let me finish. What I think you need to understand is a purpose that will reveal itself over time. And it doesn't always appear when we want it to appear. Our purpose has its own agenda, and oftentimes it appears once we've gone through the journey that's required for it to reveal itself. Like what you're experiencing right now is required for you to find your purpose. But you're resisting it and you think it's wrong. You're thinking, I'm 32, I shouldn't be here. You're exactly where you need to be. And what you've got to understand is you can spend the next 20 years painfully searching, or you can spend the next 20 years surrendering to each moment and allowing every experience to come in and see the equanimity of the experience for what it is. Every experience you've got in your life right now is not one or the other. Like, it's not bad. Being 32 and not knowing what you want, it's not bad. It's good and bad. You not having your residency is not bad. It's good and bad.
I don't have a business.
You not having a business is not bad. It's good and bad. But once you can start seeing the equanimity of every experience that you've got, which is start not just looking at the downside of every experience, but looking at the upside, you'll start feeling a much higher level of fulfillment. And when you have a much higher level of fulfillment, then you will start receiving the gifts that are required for you to move to the next stage, which might be one step closer to revealing your purpose. But right now, you're suffering in a time where it's not required. Like, finding your purpose is painful. More than likely, your purpose will be attached to something that you love to give. More than likely. Like, it's wrapped up in, what do I love to do? What do I think about? What do I talk about? What are the things that I fantasize about? What are the things that I read about? What are the things that when I'm doing them, I lose time and space? What do I find myself naturally doing when I show up and I speak to people? How do I naturally show up? What are the things that I'm naturally good at that I enjoy to do? Therein lie the clues. But the only way you're going to see the bigger picture is by starting to look at everything, not just one side of something. One side of something is the bad side. The complete picture is the good side of something and the bad side of something. That's the complete picture. And when you can see both the good and the bad, you don't experience, you still have pain, but it's no longer suffering, okay? Because you surrender to the suffering and you experience the equanimity, which is the both, and then you start experiencing a level of bliss and fulfillment. Because you can look at a situation and go, oh wow, it's perfect. Because it's not good, it's not bad, it's both. And then you can experience it for what it is.
Yeah, what I should do is start asking this question about me.
Yeah.
Usually I'm
It's in
asking
here.
them about what I can give to the other people,
Yeah.
what I can do for them, what I can provide, what I can do for my team. So it's always for others, and I should put out there.
It's like when you're in the plane, the captain always said, you've got to fix your oxygen mask first before you fix anyone else's to help. So in order for you to be able to serve anyone at a high level, you've got to work with you. It's an inside job. You know, my advice is go inside. Do you do any form of meditation?
It's quite hard for me.
No, start there. Hard is not bad. Hard is things that are hard are where you need to go. Start there. You got it. Lovely to meet you. Everything that we experienced tonight, it's a reflection of us. It's a reflection of you. And the way that you guys show up has a huge impact on the way the participants show up and the experience that they have. And so I want to thank every single one of you, not only for showing up, but just for giving your time. And I say this every single time, it never gets old, the fact that people volunteer their time to come in on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night to support us, in the mission that we have to do what it is that we do. And to be a part of this, it's actually really something special, because every single one of you, we're actually a part of changing the course of people's lives. We're actually changing people's lives. The amount of people I had come up, I don't know if any of you guys heard it, I lost count of how many people came up and said, oh, your videos changed my life. And the fact that we get to do this, on a daily basis, the fact that we get to have you guys a part of this, it really is an incredible experience, because there's not that many opportunities you get to have in life where you actually affect the trajectory of someone's life, of their relationship, of their business. And to have you guys a part of it, it's a real honor. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for showing up. Thank you for putting in the effort. And thank you for for continuing to support, because you guys, I couldn't do it without you, because it'd be fucking really awkward if you weren't here.